As we enter late summer and early fall, lots of people are starting to think about how they're going to manipulate fields for hunting mourning dove. There's several different agronomic crops that are often planted and managed for mourning dove in Oklahoma. These include the various millets and grain sorghums, also corn, soybean, sunflower, and of course wheat. If you've planted wheat, it of course ripened in early summer, and you would have let that field be fallow throughout the summer, and dove readily use it all summer long into the early fall as long as that wheat seed is available. If you've not done any manipulation, now is the time to actually mow that field, or you can burn that field to make it available. And you can either do this all at once or in strips. If you want to spread the time out that doves use that field, then you would just mow or burn patches of the field and not the whole field at once. Millets would be similar. They've grown all summer and they're ripening now in late summer. They're very attractive to mourning dove, and that's a good option if you're not interested in other wildlife but solely interested in mourning dove. The various grain sorghums are very attractive to mourning dove, particularly if you're interested in hunting later into the fall, like the December season, because that seed is a high energy food source late into the winter. With grain sorghum, you're typically going to mow those fields, and hopefully you plant it at a low seeding rate early on, which will enable the doves to get in and access that field readily. And remember, for future plantings for grain sorghum, to pick varieties that have a low tannin content, or else dove and other game birds don't readily eat the seed if the tannin's too high. And if I was going to have corn, I would probably have different types of plants, not strictly corn for mourning dove, but have millet or sunflower or wheat for earlier in the season. If you have a sunflower crop, you can put cattle in there in the summer or early fall and let them shatter the seed. Soybean is a great choice if you're also interested in white-tailed deer, because they will use the plant for forage throughout the summer, and then the beans are eaten by dove and other game birds in the fall. And generally with soybean, we either want to plant at a low seeding rate so that there's lots of open spaces and bare ground that dove can access, or if you didn't do that, then again you can mow. Now, if you didn't plant anything for mourning dove and you just have a fallow field, before you just write it off, it actually might be very attractive to mourning doves for hunting season. If you have things like pigweed or bristlegrass or Johnson grass growing in that field, then you can simply just mow those to make bare ground accessible spots, and doves will readily eat those seeds as well. So I hope these tips help you for your upcoming mourning dove season, and make sure you're safe.